Yes, people, we're back again with another one. It's Marcus Hastings. If you didn't know me, I'm an eBayer, marketer slash property guy. So, like the main focus of this channel, like I say on every video, like I just want to make sure like you guys are in the right place. Like I'm just here to talk about money, like mindset, motivation, and all of them things. I might do a little video on all of them kind of things, like sooner or later, but like I know like how crucial it is for you to like get your finances right and stuff like that. Like it's one of them things like everybody tries to go around it, go under it, go over it, but like you gotta go through it. So
where did you get that from? Sorry, you have to cut this out. Where did you get that saying from?
I just made it up.
It's from a book.
Is it?
Yeah, it's from the children's book. We can't go over it and we can't go under it, so we got to go through it.
I don't know if it's a child's book
It
or
is.
whatever.
It's
But
like going through scary things at the big flood.
I have no idea. I'm not editing this out, by the way.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. I ain't got time to do that. It takes too long. But yeah, we went off track there, people. We was talking about children's books and stuff. But yeah, you just like this money stuff, you just gotta go through it. Like you gotta upgrade the product. You are the product, so you wanna upgrade this stuff. You know what I mean? Like you wanna be the best version of you, and it takes money to do that and time. Like money and time are the two things that are crucial to doing this. Most people just use time. But time ain't gonna get you anywhere there. You need the funds to do this also. So, like, what I want to talk to you about today is like property and stuff. Like, everybody does the same thing. Like, when I was younger, I used to think like, I need a load of cash to get into this property stuff. Like, most people think that. Like, we hear of a house for 50,000. Like, some of us think we need the full 50. Like, but you can buy houses with 5% down or 25% down. You know what I mean? But I'm not here to talk about buying houses. I'd rather you buy houses when you know what you're doing and stuff like that. But what I'm talking about right now is a way that you can get involved in property with some strategies that are like they're not cheap, but like they help you. You know what I mean? Like they can help you get to where you want to go and stuff like that. So one of the strategies what I'm using to do like property and stuff like that is a strategy called deal sourcing. So what deal sourcing is basically where you need two things. Like, how can I put this into so I'm trying to think how I can put this into simpler terms. So deal sourcing is where like you'd see a house and then you'd put an offer in for that house, basically. So you go to the house, you'd view it, you'd see all the things to do with it and stuff, just record it on your phone, you go back home, put it into like a spreadsheet, see what needs doing to that house, or if there's nothing that needs doing, like you just put all the numbers down and work out how much cash flow you're gonna get from it, or how much you're gonna get for it if you just sell it as it is, or you put a bit of value on there. You know what I mean? So it kind of like buying it for one price and selling it for more. Kind of what you do on eBay kind of thing, to be honest. So you get it for this price off a wholesaler. Like it could be like a Lego box or something like that. You list it on eBay and someone else buys it for a higher price. That's kind of what deal sourcing is. You know what I mean? For you trap man out there, that's what I'm talking about. Is like you buy some of the wacky backy for one price off one guy, and then you just sell that to another guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's what deal sourcing is. So you go in there, you go to view the property. Then after that, you'd come back home, you'd put it in a spreadsheet, analyze what needs to do. So does the kitchen need fixing? Does the basement need doing? Does the thing, yeah, could you do a conversion? Like you'd look at all them things, you'd price it all up, and then what you would do is like list that out to some investors. But again, you need contacts in this game. Like the main thing is building that investor list. It's not looking for the deals, because the deals are always going to be out there. You know what I mean? Like you can go to loads of property viewings in your area right now. Like you will always be able to find deals. The thing that's harder is having the investors. You just have to go out there and build a list of investors, and you got to make sure that you qualify these investors as well. Because the last thing that you want to do is list it to these investors and not even qualified. They ain't even got the funds. We want to know how much money they've got. You know what I mean? We want to know if they've been in any trouble with the law before. You want to know like certain things and stuff like that. So that's like one strategy what I'm using. The average referral fee for what you're getting is like $3,000. So you'd list the you'd get the property once you put the offer in, you get the property accepted, and then you'd have like a certain amount of days to pass that deal on to somebody else who would take over from that point, and then the thing you would get your referral fee for doing that, and then obviously like they get the house and you'll get your money for connecting them. The average referral fee price is like $3,000. Sometimes it's more depending on how lucrative the deal is. You get what I'm saying? So that's one way that I do things. And then the other thing what I do, and it's also, you can do bespoke property sourcing as well. Bespoke property sourcing is where you have an investor. It works out 10 times better. This way is like a lot better than Finger. You have an investor who tells you exactly what they want. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into property terms right now because I know it'll be a bit too much and it'll throw this whole video off and people will get confused. But you have an investor, a person who's got money and whatever, and they want a certain type of property. So they might want like a property that they can do up, like they can add a bit of value to and stuff like that. They might like the kitchen's rubbish or like the rest of the house is just trash. And like they can go in there and they can build it and make everything look better. And then once they look better, like they can sell it on for more. So it might have been worth 150,000, they get it evaluated and stuff, and then it's worth 200,000. So then they've made 50,000 on the money, you know what I mean? So that's one way of doing it. Well, that's two ways that I've given you of doing it there. The other way of doing it, and there's a lot of strategies, but I'll be uncovering them. So watch out for the new videos that will be coming out, because I'm going to go into the strategies of how you can do this yourself and all of that kind of stuff. But another one of the strategies, what I'm talking about, is a strategy called rent to rent. So rent to rent, I'm like a simple person. So I want to explain this stuff to you lot, like as simple as I possibly can. So rent to rent is basically where you would you'd find a property. So say you're doing like your property sourcing, you find a property, the property's got like 4 rooms. But you get into a deal with the landlord and you say, can I rent the rooms out? You could rent them to students or like people who've got jobs and stuff, like professionals and stuff like that. And you said to the person, like, the rent that he's got on his Rightmove profile, like Rightmove's a place where you can shop for houses and stuff online. He might be asking for £400 rent. So what you would do is you'd say, right, I'm going to give you a guaranteed rent of £400. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rent the rooms out. And you get him into like a contract and stuff, but you tell him I'm going to rent the rooms out. And then one room is going to be rented for 400, another room's going to be rented for 400, another room rented for 400, another room rented for 400. So 4, 8, 12, 16. You pass the landlord 400 and you take 1,200. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just using that as a what's the word that I'm looking for now? As an example, you know what I mean? It might not always work like that. The landlord might want a bit more, but out of that, you got to pay for the bills and other stuff like that. You're going to have other costs. You know what I mean? You want this for the landlord to be completely passive, which means like he doesn't get involved in any way. He just collects his rent. You're in charge of everything, you know what I mean? So he just gets his money going in like this, boom, 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 boom. You get your money coming in like that, but you take care of a bit more things, you know what I mean? So everything works out perfect for that person. And those are the 2 main strategies. I mean, I'm involved in these strategies now. I'm just on like going out and making this thing work. But these are the 2 strategies what can really help a person, you know what I mean? Like, you want to just try and like do this, like try, like get yourself out there, get yourself on it. Like, I'm going to be more breaking these things down in some new upcoming videos and stuff like that. And I really want to help you like get started and stuff like that. But yeah, man, keep an eye out, keep watching me, man, keep watching me. I've got some more stuff coming soon. So yeah, if you wanna, there's plenty of videos out there on these strategies. I'm like, one day I'm gonna have my own videos, and I'm really gonna be breaking this stuff down and all of that kind of thing. But yeah, just get started, man. Take a chance. Take a chance. You don't need a course to do this stuff, by the way. You just gotta think about it in logical terms. But I've took courses, and they are good. They are good because there's some questions that come up that you might not know. You know what I mean? But like, there's two ways of doing this. There's doing it and getting errors, and sometimes that's good because ignorance is bliss sometimes. And then you can bulk up on how to sort out these challenges, what you're getting. Or the other way of doing it is like find someone who's done it before you and then take their advice for it and move through it. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say on them two videos, on the videos that I've done so far today. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll be back next week to bring you some more content. Yo, I'm gone.